Hey, we're about to start the show, and you know the drill. If you've been here before and you have something important to share, please add a capital letter Q to your comment. And if you are watching live for the first time, please let us know by writing the word new, and we'll give you a nice little welcome. Enjoy the broadcast. Oh, I just took a quick look at Snarky Weatherman's comment of the day, and I could not disagree more, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. Welcome, everybody, to Coffee and Headlines. Good morning. Happy Monday. I hope you enjoyed a wonderful weekend. I had a great, restful weekend, and I'm really eager to start this week. Today is Monday, February 26th. And as usual, we have a little bit of this, a little bit of that. We have information about happy ending massages. We have information about streets getting love in Puerto Vallarta. And today I'm going to show you just how simple and how silly my expectations of life and technology actually are. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. I want to make sure that everybody is set with a nice beverage. I have my coffee and I'm ready to start the broadcast. So let us do it. When we start, as usual, with our news. I was not even aware of the fact that Prisciliano Sanchez Avenue was being paved. This is the avenue that goes from the maritime terminal where Walmart and Sam's are located, all the way to Pitillal. And I was not even aware of the fact that it was being rebuilt, or at least I didn't notice the last time I was in that area when I was trying to pursue my senior citizens discount card. But the avenue is being repaved, and the good news is that it will be ready in less than a month or so, they say. This is a Puerto Vallarta promise, which can mean all kinds of things. Now, this whole situation with Lopez Obrador, and I caught a comment this morning just as we were getting started. Who was it? It was Gary who commented, interesting protests in New York City regarding AMLO over the weekend. Well, yes, this is, if you may recall, because last week, President Lopez Obrador raised a stink against the New York Times because the New York Times did a report on how narco money helped support President Lopez Obrador's campaigns in the past, and money was exchanged, and his family, and this, that, and the other. Lopez Obrador, our beloved Mexican president, would not take any of that. So, first act, or primer acto of this adventure, Lopez Obrador spoke very, very negatively about the New York Times in his morning press conference, and then went on to talk very negatively about the correspondent for the Times, who actually lives in Mexico. And not happy with that, he went on to reveal her photo and her name and her telephone number in public for the world to see, which is a major no no. And all of this happened, I forget if it was Friday or if it was Saturday. Well, I now give you segundo acto or act two of this adventure. Apparently, somebody went and leaked the telephone number of one of President Lopez Obrador's sons. Whoops. Karma is a bitch. Of course, the son was like, I have nothing to do with what my father did. Why would they leak my telephone number? I understand, or I read that Claudia Sheinbaum's candidate for presidency of Mexico, her telephone number was also leaked. Lopez Obrador, our president, says that this is horrible invasion of privacy and vengeance. Well, that's exactly what he did when he revealed the telephone number of the journalist that wrote the article for the New York Times. And to make matters even more karmic or more interesting, I present you Act 3 of this snafu, because YouTube eliminated the press conference where Lopez Obrador said not very nice things about the Times and the writer, the journalist. YouTube decided, this is bullying. You cannot do that. So we are eliminating your video from the YouTube library. Now, I don't keep track of how many presidents in our country, in our world, have been censored by the media over their over-the-top comments and statements. But I can think of a former president that has gone through that in recent months. And to see our president in such company, well, it doesn't make me very proud. But, it is what it is. And I know that this doesn't affect us very much or directly, but it is really a juicy telenovela to follow. So what happened in New York City? Well, apparently a group of Mexican nationals went and protested in front of the New York Times to defend President Lopez Obrador, which is allowed. And that is where we stand as far as those news are concerned. Not a lot of local stuff, but this is what the news offered to me this morning, and this is what I have to share with you. And now, let's take a quick look at that comment from Snarky Weather. Snarky Weather Man says it's the perfect fucking temperature. I don't even know if he's a man or a woman. All I know is the application is called Carrot Weather. So Carrot Weather says it's the perfect fucking temperature, and I beg to disagree because it's starting to feel humid. Last night I was lying in bed and I'm like, ooh, this feels familiar, but familiar from last summer. And it's not fun. It is only February. Our temperature right now is 24 degrees. Humidity is high at 67%. And our weather forecast, whoops, I hit the wrong button. My bad. Our weather forecast for today says that we're going to have a humid day with mostly clear skies, but a few clouds may be wandering around, a high temperature of 27 and a low temperature of 19. Tomorrow, Tuesday, will be a humid day with mostly cloudy skies, a high temperature of 27 and a low temperature of 18. And then Wednesday, we can expect clear skies in the morning with mostly cloudy skies in the afternoon, a high temperature of 28 and a low temperature of 17. Before we go on and before we forget, can anybody provide me with some feedback about the Carnival parade? Because I was not able to attend. I had other commitments. But the one thing that I heard is that it was, well, we knew it was supposed to start at 6:20, but a good friend of mine told me, well, I waited until 8 p.m. and I never saw the parade, so I went home. Is it possible that the Carnival parade in Puerto Vallarta had close to 2 hours worth of delay. Please tell me that was not the case, because that would not be pretty. Regardless, if you went and it was fun, that's wonderful. If it was late, that is unfortunate. Hopefully, it will get better next year. And now, just in case you are wondering, where can you go pursue a massage with a happy ending? Well, I don't know, but I can tell you there is a place where you can no longer pursue a massage with happy ending, and this would be in the town of Bucerías, where apparently 12 women were providing massage services under tents along the beach, and they were removed by authorities due to the lack of the proper permit, or because they were providing happy endings to their clients, which is probably not a good idea. Most certainly, if you don't have a permit, and I don't even think they deliver or they provide permits for that. In Mexico, happy endings are just too close to prostitution for comfort. So, if you are looking for a happy ending massage, don't go looking in Bucerías, or at least not the beach. Now, I need to talk to you about one of my highlights this weekend, because it's the silliest thing. I cannot even believe that I'm going to trouble you with this, but hey, I'm a simple man, and sometimes it's the simplest things that makes me silly, particularly when I've been eating brownies. So I was visiting with friends, and I'm a geek. I love technology. I love to read about new inventions and new devices, but I was totally unprepared for this contraption. Check it out. No, I'm not expecting one for Christmas, and I'm not hinting, but I had no idea that such a thing existed. No, you are not looking at tippy toes and sneakers. You are looking at a trash container. But wait, wait till you see what this trash container can do. And roll the video, Luna.
Like you have to pull them out and sit on them because they're like and we never do.
Yeah. I mean, how silly is that? Did you know that there is such a thing as trash cans with with automatic power operated doors? I had no freaking clue. I've been living in a world of plastic containers with pedals at the bottom. I can't stop watching that. I won't make you watch it again, but please know that I can be easily entertained, and I will confess to having watched that video more times than I will ever confess in public. The end. And I'll watch it again as soon as the broadcast is over. So there. But first, let me find out what you guys are up to this morning. Oh, I can be so silly. And I hope you can too. Lots of good mornings. Lots of good mornings. And we appreciate those. I'm looking for cues. There is a cue from Albert. Hola Cluster from Centro. If you haven't tried it yet, I highly recommend La Muca in Emiliano Zapata. It's owned by the chef owner at Tintoque, and it is incredible and reasonable. That is amazing, because this would mean that, well, first of all, Albert shared some amazing photographs of what he ordered at La Muca yesterday, and he ordered tacos that had bone marrow on the side, and I love bone marrow. I'm sure some people don't eat bone marrow, but this was great. More importantly, it's interesting to see that the chef from Tintoque is venturing into these more affordable places. We know that Tintoque is a very, very worthwhile high-end restaurant, And he empowered his mother with his own recipe of pork belly tacos, and that is what El Puerco de Oro in Versailles is. It is a taco place that is run by his mother. And now it's interesting to read about this restaurant, La Muca. It is in Colonia Emiliano Zapata. It is new to me, and I'm definitely going to go check it out. It's a taco place. And thank you for mentioning that, Albert. It is very much appreciated. It's definitely a new addition to my list of must explore. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Gary adds, kind of funny because I only knew what was going on because of you, Paco. I will take that as a compliment. Yes, that's the reason why people were protesting in New York. Uh-oh, Paco, your microphone is a bit too sensitive. Turn down your levels. Yes, Daniel. Yes, I was in the yellow, and I'm still in the yellow, but hopefully not as yellow as before. Thank you very much. Daniel, you are such a charmer because you asked nicely. You actually said, please turn down levels, and you included a little smiley. What a difference from people that just say, no sound. Love it. Let's see. Christy is back in the land of squirrels. I had such a fun time visiting with Christy while she was here in Puerto Vallarta. I look forward to your return, Christy. We had good times, which was absolutely wonderful. And out. Oh, see, that's the thing. If the Carnival came by Hotel Rosita at 8, and Hotel Rosita is only 10-minute walk from where it started, then it was definitely a late start for the parade. Oh, Christy reports it was almost 2 hours to wait, but the people watching was fun, as well as the parade when it finally got here. Well, again, hopefully they'll learn from the experience and they will make it better next year. Lynn reported that the parade started around 8, ended around 10. To me, it was a typical Mexican parade, loud music and souped up cars, but it was a goofy experience. Well, goofy sounds like fun to me. I suppose this has to do with the trash can. I don't want to know. I don't know how much those things cost, the trash cans, but I can only imagine that I can buy a bunch of wonderful yarn with the amount of money that they cost. So I'd rather have a bunch of yarn or coffee crisp bars than an automatic trash can. Mark says, Paco, we have 3 of them here. Well, I wonder if you're as amused by your trash cans as I am. I love it. What? No. You have one of those, Ronald? Those toilet seats that go up and down automatically? That would be terrifying to me. In the best possible way. Oh no, I don't think so. I would think that somebody would start going coochie coochie down on my privates. No, I don't want automatic toilet. Oh my God, I remember. When was this? This was a million years ago. Oh my God, what is it called? The fancy restaurant in the fancy development that is located south of Puerto Vallarta. And see, I'm having a pothead moment because I should know the name of this restaurant. This is the development where they changed. Oh, Garza Blanca. When the restaurant at Garza Blanca first opened, I don't know if they still have them, but going to the bathroom in Garza Blanca was almost as exciting as going to the restaurant because, they had car wash style toilets in which you would sit down and you would get a lot of TLC and squirting, and it's like was like mani pedi for your butt. And I remember going there. Yes, I did say mani pedi for your butt, and you can quote me on that. It was the silliest thing. It was totally silly. Let's see what else we have. Oh, another report. While we're doing foodies shout outs, Gina Presley and I enjoyed a delicious and very reasonably priced authentic Japanese feast at Kenta on Saturday night, located directly across from Nacho Daddy. Not just sushi, but Japanese comfort food as well. Yum, yum. Can't wait to go back. Thank you very much for that. I love Japanese restaurants. Pudim pam pum pam pum. Oh. Lynn says that it was not a goofy experience. It was a good experience. Well, I think goofy and good are equally applicable when it comes to a Mexican carnival parade, which some people said to me, why is it 1 week later? Why was it 1 week later when Lent was the week before? And as I understand it, it had to do because the government was not looking for a parade, and it was some private sector businesses that said, hey, we got to have a parade. So the government went along, and this is why it happened 1 week later. Hopefully, again, they will improve their delivery next year. And I think this brings us to the end of today's broadcast. As always, I thank you for... Oh, we have one more. One more food report. We hosted our annual dinner with Chef Gianfranco Nero Silva of Hola Arepas, preparing our meal for our guests. Totally fabulous. I know that place. It is in Versalles, if I recall correctly. Is that the one in Versalles, or am I getting it mixed up? Anyhow, Hola Arepas, another good source of food. Thank you so very much for sharing all of those, you guys, because we were just talking at Music Appreciation presentation, how we get used to listening to the same music or not going to concerts, or unless they're playing classical concerts, unless they're playing pieces that we're familiar with. And we owe it to ourselves to give new music a go. And in this case, we owe it to ourselves to give other restaurants a go whenever we can. So I'm very grateful for these comments today. That's it. We are done with this broadcast. And again, I thank you for indulging my silliness with a trash can. I just think I had no idea those things existed. And no, I'm not going to get one. I think Luna would be terrified. Have a great week, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Take care.